Hello everybody, it's Bourbon Bill, and tonight, a very special episode. We're going dirt cheap with some new aged releases from some legacy distilleries that are both 7 years old. It's a double feature of Old Fitz 7-year non-decanter series and Old Granddad Bib 7-year. So both are bibs, both are 100 proof, compute 50% alcohol by volume. Both are brought to us courtesy of Jeff Novak. Thank you, Jeff. What a scholar. He said, Bourbon Bill, you're getting too highfalutin. All your shit's too expensive. You need some good budget drinkers to review for people, the common man. So thank you, Jeff, for providing these. I actually haven't seen these around me yet, and the prices people are paying for some of these are just ridiculous. So let's start tonight with the Old Fitz Bib 7-year. And no, it's not in a fancy decanter bottle like this one. It's in a 700 ml. It's in a 700 ml bottle with like a fancy neck to it. The bottle's still pretty cool. 60 doll hairs. You know, 7 years old, 60 doll hairs. 100 proof. I don't know. The price isn't bad. Okay, the price isn't horrible, but it's not great. It's a 700 ml bottle instead of 750. They kind of stuck it to you that way a little bit. But hey, it's 7-year-old Heaven Hill weeded mash bill for 60 doll hair. Supposed to be a shelfer, widely available. Let's try it out tonight. Thank you again, Jeff. Color, kind of light. Not gonna lie on that. Now look, weeded bourbons have never been my biggest jam, gotta say, but I do enjoy myself a larceny barrel proof every now and then. A Maker's Mark product is also good, and I do have an older Old Fitz, if you will. On the nose of this Old Fitz Bib 7-year, let's see if it smells like 60 doll hairs. Pretty good. Got a little bit of caramel, a little bit of oak, a little bit of brown sugar, a hint of breadiness, but you know what? It's not screaming, this is wheat, right off the bat to my nose, which is pleasant to me. I think the nose is pretty dang good, not gonna lie. A little bit shocked, down the hatch. Hey, it's pretty good. It's not bad. I think it's got a little bit of oak to it. Caramels are there. You do get a little bit of that weeder funk on the palate. Got a little bit of breadiness comes through, but I think it's pretty good. Now, 60 doll hairs is maybe a touch too much, but it's not horrible. It's not a horrible value. If I saw one when I pick it up, I don't know, maybe. This is about 65 doll hairs. No age statement, but it is a barrel proof Jack Daniels for about 65, although this was a Costco pickup for 53 doll hairs, and a pick no less. Much higher proof. On average, these are probably 6-ish years old, so like age is close enough. Now look, this isn't weeded, I get it. Oh, but it smells phenomenal with that banana, brown sugar, caramel. Down the hatch. I'd probably rather drink this. So, there's your problem. 60 doll hairs would also net you a rare breed. It would also net you a Knob Creek bottle. Would also, 65-ish doll hairs would net you a larceny barrel proof. So I think, the 60 doll hair price point for only a 700 ml becomes problematic in some of the comparisons, although not all of them are weeded, right? Maker's Mark cash strength's like 35 doll hairs. That, again, it's not age stated, I get it, but, maybe it's not quite as good, but it's like half price, But I do like this. There's like honey floral notes coming through now in the nose. A little bit of fruit. I think this is pretty good. So, again, if you're a fan of Heaven Hill Weeders and you want something with a nice age statement on it, other than a barrel proof option, this is a good option. So thank you, Jeff, for that one. I do dig it. Next up, he also sent us Old Granddad Bib 7-year, spring 2025. I don't know if they're going to keep releasing this or not, but he put spring 2025 on the label, so I'm assuming that says it on the bottle, but I'll throw a picture up of the bottle. It's beam. It's like 63% corn, 26% rye, something like that. So it's a pretty high rye recipe, the Old Granddad. You might come to know and love Old Granddad 114. That's pretty good stuff, although it's not age dated. But it is a lot higher, well, 17 proof points higher. On the nose of the Old Granddad 7-year bib. Well, this also smells pretty good. I'm getting some caramels and some oak, a little bit of brown sugar here. Rye spice coming through, a little bit of fruit. This also smells better than I would have thought. I mean, you know, hey, Booker's is only 7 years old too, generally. Although higher proof, but that's $100 for that bottle. So this is, you know, quite the difference. Now, I didn't say it. This bottle is 40 doll hairs for a 750 ml. So if we want to talk about value, Beam has smoked Heaven Hill in terms of value yet again. I mean, that's common. I mean, Heaven Hill's a little bit greedier. But the Beam is a better value, right? 750 mil, 40 doll hairs, same age statement, same proof. It's not weeded, but does that matter? To me, it doesn't. All right, Old Granddad 7-year bib down the hatch. Oh, that's also pretty good. A little bit of that Beam nuttiness there, but a lot of caramel, brown sugar, oak. These have more oak than I would have imagined for 7 years, but I dig that. For 40 doll hairs, gosh dang, the Old Granddad 7-year bib to me beats the Old Fitzgerald bib. Both very good. Maybe if you're more of a weeder guy, you'd prefer the Old Fitz 7-year over this one, but that's, you know, give or take. What do you prefer, right? That's kind of where we are. Oh, little Knob Creek 9-year 100 proof is still 35 doll hairs and sports 2 more years from the same parent company. Talk about being screwed by your own offerings that already exist. Now, the Knob Creek mash bill is not the same as the Old Granddad mash bill, so there you go. But Knob Creek 9, 100 proof, 35 doll hairs on the nose. Oh, just a danker oak. And the nuttiness is dialed back here. This is a little bit more oak, a little bit more brown sugar. The nuttiness is dialed back on this. Oh, this smells phenomenal. Down the hatch. Oh. And that's probably the problem right there with the Old Granddad. I mean, I probably prefer the Knob Creek 9-year 100 proof product. It's 2 more years older, 5 doll hairs less a bottle. At the moment, highly more available. Now, I will say that the Old Granddad mash bill with the higher rye percentage is very nice, and it is a little bit different. So you got that going for it. So if you like Old Granddad bib and you want to step up, you know, from 20 to 40 doll hairs and include an age statement of 7 years, I think it's a buy. If you just want something different, if you're a Knob Creek 9 guy through and through, it's all you buy, you know, you're boring, you know, hey, it's cheap, I love it, it's good, it is good, and that's all you buy. But you want to try something slightly different, like, it's 7 years, $5 more, I'd say go for it, give it a try. Back to the Old Granddad bib 7-year. I think it's really good. The higher rye spice really is nice. It really is nice, gotta say. Less money, really. Knob Creek 9 still for me. So, there you go. Old Granddad bib 7-year is better than Old Fitz 7-year, I think, for me. But it's cheaper. I mean, it's 20 doll hairs cheaper than the Old Fitz. And you know, more in the bottle. 50 mils extra. American, you know, like Heaven Hill went for this like European bottle designation. I don't know. But the problem with the Old Granddad bib is that Knob Creek 9 exists for such a good price. And it's not quite the same mash bill, but close enough for government work. Thank you, Jeff, for sending these in. It was a real treat to review them for you. Bourbon Bill's rating on both of them here tonight. Old Granddad bib's going to get an A-. I think the flavor's really good on it. I really do enjoy it. And it beat the Old Fitz 7-year for me. And it's cheaper than that, so I give it the A-, but it doesn't quite receive an A or an A+, because, again, Knob Creek 9 exists at a better price and is older, and, you know, maybe it should have been 35 doll hairs to match it, and I could have been okay with that. But I'm splitting hairs. I'm asking too much. I'm just asking too much, I guess. Old Fitz 7-year bibs, pretty dang good, honestly. And honestly, that's probably better than some of the Old Fitz decanter bottles like this one. Well, it's certainly not better than this 19 year. But, there was like 8 years of these, and that could be better than some of them, absolutely. It could, for a lot less money than them. So, in that standpoint, like, it feels like an A- is deserved. But then when you compare it to the old Granddad bib, it's more money, less in the bottle. You feel like a B+ is the best I could give that one. But I think your rating is going to depend on if you love the wheat and what you're comparing it to. If you want to compare it to these on the younger side, like the 8 year, 9 years, I think it's a really good value. If you want to compare that to like Larceny Barrel Proof, also in the Heaven Hill family, or like even Bernheim, which is a wheat whiskey, they're roughly the same age, but like, gosh, way higher proof, and the price is like $5 hairs difference, and that's the struggle for the Old Fitz 7-year. But I'm glad to see, both legacy distilleries pumping out some age-dated products on the cheaper side of things. That's good to see. Some staple shelves. Always good to see more variety. So I salute both for the good work, and I did enjoy both of them, and I have no complaints with either. So there you go. Thank you again, Jeff. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Have a good evening, everybody.